We might be experiencing some lag tonight. I'm not really sure, but my phone has been acting up. I think my phone has been acting up because I've been using it as the exclusive internet provider for all of my devices for the past 3 weeks. But we are still going to stream as best as we can, and if it gets bad enough, you let me know and we'll shut it down, okay? Um, I'm feeling like it's still a cold, but the cough is like nothing I've ever experienced before. It's very fluctuating in its intensity. Sometimes it's just like one very powerful, like unforeseen ambush of a cough to hack up phlegm. And then once the phlegm is out, my body's just like, okay, we done. And then sometimes I'll have a slight 6 out of 10 cough attack for the like 20 seconds that it's here, and then I'm like, maybe I will die. Um, but for the most part, we're doing okay. I woke up feeling great. Like, I woke up feeling like my fever was gone, like I was well rested. I got up. Hi, Ram. I got up at 7:30. I texted durian. I welcome the durian anytime. Um, I've taken 3 vitamin C's today sporadically. I texted a friend, and at 8:15, the facility video chatted with me to put me in touch with grandma, and she is ecstatic to see me. Um, and then at like 9:30, and then at 9:30, my body was like, I'm tired. And then by 11, guys, and then by 11 a.m., my body was like, put me to bed, bitch. Um, so I tried to make noon my return to bedtime, but my body was like, please, now. So I got tested, rapid test, 2 positives on rapid, went to get a PCR, got the results this morning. I am abnormal, red exclamation mark. So I am positively positive for COVID. I do believe that even though I tested positive only yesterday, that I had been getting sick 2 days prior at the very least. Um, right now, for the last 3 hours, my kidneys have been feeling like they're like dropping out of my body, which is exactly how I felt when I got vaccinated, when I got boosted. It's the same feeling. Um, I made myself some chai. um, I feel like I'm a little bit delirious. I took another ibuprofen because around 1 p.m. I felt the fever kind of creep back into my life. I did take a thermometer temp check and it was not feverish. It was like 36.3, which is well below 98 Fahrenheit. Um, but I figured, like once I have COVID, we must carpe diem and squeeze some content out of this hopefully once in a lifetime opportunity, especially if I have a possibility of dying. Let this be my final output into the internet farts of content. Um, I do think I'm delirious. I've been on Instagram all day. Yes, I have lost 90% of my sense of smell. I can only smell things when they are right up my nostril. Um, I have 95% lost my taste. I can only taste the sugar now. I tried eating peanut butter. I cannot taste the peanut butter. I tried eating almond butter. I can only taste the sugar in the almond butter. I tried eating chocolate. I can't taste the nuts or the pretzel in the chocolate. I can only taste the sugar in the chocolate. So I figured it's going to be fun for us. This might be the stage right before death. Just like my body unconsciously coming to terms with the fact that these might be my final moments on Earth. I don't know why I'm acting so drunk, honestly. Let me grab my thermos. We need water. Ladies and gentlemen, when you have nothing to lose anymore, you realize it is really all fun and games. We're gonna sit. I decided to wear the burning shirt because I haven't worn it in like a year, and I finally took it out. I was actually wearing it on last night's live too, but I had a fleece over it so you didn't see it. But I thought it was appropriate because I am burning, literally, with my fever. So I'm feeling a little burny. Yeah, one of my friends yesterday was like, wait, this is your first time getting COVID? And I was like, yes. And he was like, they must have had you on a list. They were like, this bitch, we're gonna take her down right now. And I really do think that's how it happened. But yes. Cool. Well, we can shit if you're ready. I did a list of things that I could optionally cook for lives. None of which I really want to do anymore. So yeah. I said we could make soy milk because those soybeans, yikes, I don't even know how those soy. Maybe we will. You know what? Maybe, fuck. We'll make the fucking soy milk before the soybeans go bad. As you can see, going through a roller coaster of emotions right now, it's a very emotionally unstable time for me. Not that it's abnormal for me to be emotionally unstable, but like, as Brittany says, it's my prerogative tonight. Who remembers when that song came out? And did you know that it was a cover? Was it a cover? I learned years later that it was a cover. I would love to do a haircut time. Yes. Do we want a haircut? Do we want to get rid of this shit? My thing is, I've been trying to grow my hair so that I can put it up in a ponytail. And it's been a struggle. I have enough groceries. Y'all leave Ram out of this. He's got his own shit to deal with, y'all. Jesus, you can't just like volunteer other people as tribute like that. Jesus Christ. This is why you can't be a giver, because you will grow into the role until other people just assume that that's your job, and then people people just typecast you as the eternal giver. And you typecast yourself as the eternal giver because people say shit like Ram is our hero, and you're like, oh, me? I want to be a hero. Let me be a fucking giver all my life so that I can be everyone's hero because that means they love me. But that's also how you end up burning out and dying like mom. Don't do that. Don't do that. What was that really famous movie? Was it in the 80s where there was a famous scene where like a newscaster was asking everyone to open their windows and shout, "We're not going to take this anymore." But I think for the year 2022, yes, network. Thank you very much, network. For the year 2022, we're going to change that to fuck all of y'all and fuck me too. Because in order to liberate the self, you must fuck the self first. Breakthrough. Capiche? Vitamix. It is 7:41. We better hurry up the shit. My neighbors are gonna get fucking angry. Let us smell the soybeans. They smell fine, thank God. I would have been so angry if they spoiled. Look at this beautiful strainer that I got for $3. I love it. I'm not gonna black Sharpie marker my hair. Good God, people do that? Pick out your beans, y'all. Sometimes there's a bad bean. Just like people. Pick them out, discard them, leave them out of your life, and never look back. So I think you're usually supposed to do like a 3-to-1 ratio of water to bean, but I think we're gonna go a little thick here. But Bye, media girl. We can always dilute it after the beans are thoroughly pulverized. But we don't want it to explode. Y'all, look at the cute little glossy bones. Is this triggering your fear of holes? Sorry if it Girl, it's looking luscious. So luscious. One more time. Okay, cool, we're done. We're not going to torture the neighbors anymore, but also I'm going to show you how creamy this is looking with a 1-to-1 ratio of water. This is like soybean cream. It's not milk anymore. Look. Wow. Luxurious. Wow. Okay. So now I have to find a big enough bowl to strain this. Let's just do it into our Le Creuset. I'm very tired, y'all. I love being here. Oh my god, that is thick. It's not even passing through. It's so thick, y'all. This is going slower than when I'm peeing at 3:30 a.m. after holding in my pee since 11 p.m. But like my body doesn't know how to release the liquid anymore. So it's just like I will trickle because you told me to hold it and now I don't know how to undo the hold. Yeah, I know holding in pee is not good for my body, but you know what they made me do at restaurants? They made me hold my pee for the entire fucking shift for $10 an hour. That sort of shit flies. Now my bladder is broken with a capital B and 4 Ks. Broken. uh. Y'all, we're gonna yield like a cup of soy milk. At this rate, we're just gonna be eating straight up puree. My hands are getting tired. How do I feel about getting a P.O. box? Well, guys, a P.O. box costs money, you see? And it also invites well-meaning gifts that are very heartwarming, but also like possibly stuff I don't want. So, do I pay money to receive the good intentions and love and care from strangers that I might not actually desire? Or do I keep my money and just keep my life simple? Raffling off other gifts that people have sent me for a good cause is like a triple layer of mindfuckery. Should I explain, or does somebody else want to explain? Oh, I should have prepared for this a little better. No, I don't mean, I take no offense. I'm simply saying there's more to the surface level of good intentions and repercussions of actions. Okay, so I will explain how I see things. And again, this is not meant to be a criticism of anyone's well-intentioned suggestions, y'all. I am not here to like destroy people. I'm simply saying, here are my thoughts. They could be wrong. I could just be a lazy bitch. All of those things are equally as valid as what I'm about to present to you. But me getting a P.O. box and people sending gifts to me that I might not want, and then me raffling them off for a good cause is kind of problematic to me. Oh my god, my finger is turning purple because it's cutting off my circulation. Because of 3 things. 1, there is the kind of weird dynamic of like re-gifting someone's gift, especially if it's an unwanted gift and you're raffling it off to other people. Like there's something kind of consciously like spelled CONSCIENCE wrong to me about that dynamic. And then the second dynamic that is wrong is the fact that I'm raffling it off for a good cause. There is something that irks me about acts of charity, because it kind of perpetuates a power dynamic that is unequal, and like on the surface level it seems like I'm doing something good, but really I'm just getting rid of what I perceive to be on a certain level trash and calling it a good act. And I feel like, mentally speaking, for me at least, there's something very wrong about that. Something that would not feel good for me to do. Maybe other people feel differently. I don't know. So, yeah. It encourages consumerism on a certain level. It invites consumerism on a certain level. It also invites like this feeling of, well, I gave June this gift. Maybe that'll make her like me more? I don't know. Maybe I'm just imagining this. But I feel like, coming from a Chinese background, there is always something inherently indebting about the process of gift giving. Like, I owe you now on some level because you have given me something. And like, it's not something that I actively want to encourage. And once I tell people I have a P.O. box, I think it's going to encourage them. June, you are overthinking this whole thing? Have you met me? Like, is this... How many lives have you watched before this one? But yeah, that's my thought process. It could be cultural though, you know? It could be cultural. Like, maybe someone from a Chinese background will feel more similar to my stance on this than people from other cultural backgrounds. For the people who say gifts are freely given, are you Chinese? I don't think weed is a part of Chinese traditional medicine, no. Not that I know of. This was part of the whole dynamic with me and my mom too, because she would always try to give me gifts because that was her way of expressing love, but I never wanted to, like, one, I just don't like shit. Like, I don't like stuff. I don't like material. I don't like consumerism. I don't want more things in my life. And two, I feel like my mom has already given me so much that I couldn't repay her back, that I'm already indebted to her in some way, that for me to then take even more gifts from her just made me feel like, wow, I will never be able to equalize this debt to mom. And coming from a Chinese culture of, like, you are responsible to take care of your parents when they're old, like, that sense of responsibility and debt, that sense of filial piety and debt is so ingrained in my consciousness, it's kind of hard to escape that. And in the Chinese culture, once you are given a gift, you are somewhat socially obligated to return a gift. It is supposed to be reciprocated, which is why I don't like gifts, you know? I have cheesecloth. I'm just not using it. Okay, we got one comment that says, I'm Korean and getting gifts make me feel super uncomfortable. So that's one perspective that echoes my own. I think we can recognize a little bit of cultural diversity here, you know? Am I being weird, or are you just not attuned to my cultural background and customs? The way that I was brought up. Like, I understand how this could be a foreign way of thinking for you, but does that make me weird? Do I feel more Chinese or more American? Neither. Truly, honestly, it depends on the scenario that I'm in. When I'm in an American scenario with mostly American raised or American born friends who are probably mostly white, I feel more Chinese because I am defined by contrast, by relativity. When I am sitting with Chinese born, Chinese raised relatives and acquaintances, I feel American because my thought process does not align with theirs. My educational background and values does not align with theirs. How do I determine who I am? Fluctuating context. How do you define me in your context? And does it actually resonate with how I define myself in that same context due to our different perspectives? We're going to subject ourselves to this torture for another round. Why? Because that is life in a nutshell. Tell me you don't wake up every day and do the same shit. You just learn to put up with it. Yes, in a way, if you enjoy these lives, the way I have it set up, you can interpret my lives as a gift to you. Absolutely. However, I do not have the same dynamic of sending one person in particular these lives and saying, hey, you, I'm doing this for you. How do you feel about it? How are you going to respond to this you gift? Specific to you, and because I think you would like this. The emphasis is different. The intention is different, right? I'm inviting everyone to come join me, to hear me rant, to hear me cook. And if you feel like this is a gift, I love it, right? It's very gratifying, and I'm sure you would feel the same way. But imagine if you didn't like these lives and you made it known to me, and yes, there have been those comments. Hey, June, this is a totally different vibe / personality / perspective that is totally different from the June and Budget Eats, and by watching these lives, you've totally ruined Budget Eats for me, and I truly cannot watch these lives anymore. If I were honest with you about the gift that you gave me in that way, it would be pretty crushing, wouldn't it? So then I would be obligated to fake a thank you note to make you feel good, even though I didn't really like your gift. And it enforces a sort of falsehood in me as a form of courtesy. And I don't want to do that to myself. I don't want to put myself in a scenario where I have to be courteous, but like a betrayal of my true thoughts and intentions. And I have also said many times, for those of you who have said, hey, these lives are a gift to us, how do we as viewers repay you? I have said to you how you can potentially pay it forward. People who have offered to support me on Patreon, and I've responded, hey, thank you for those thoughts. I don't really need that money right now. Maybe later down in the road I will. But if you do have that money and you do have those good intentions and you want to thank me, I would like you to direct those funds elsewhere to people who are actually in immediate need of those resources. So I have given viewers options, but the intention of the viewers is I want to give you specific things as a form of individualized gratitude, which I have said that at this point in my life, I appreciate the kind thoughts, but I really don't need. And that's it. Did you hate that rant? I think, hot take here, but the culture of gift giving and Thanksgiving has also turned into a limb of capitalism and consumerism. It's just sugar coated. It's gift packaged. Makes us feel good. It makes us feel like we are still very much working in the same system that we're trapped in and have no choice to get out of, but it's like good instead of bad and detrimental, you know? The way that we've built up Christmas and Mother's Day and Thanksgiving, and managed to like turn the consequences on its head. The consequences being like buying more shit, essentially, into something that is more conscientiously more acceptable, is like God level framing of consumeristic capitalism. Like, fuck that shit, you know? Just stop buying shit. Stop it. I don't need it. You don't need it. But guess what? There are people who need food and need housing. And like, they're deprived of that shit. Like, maybe it's time we start thinking about that. I don't know. Again, I don't mean to piss you off. I know you're all very good people. Like, you love me. I don't know you, but I think I'm capable of loving you, and or at least appreciating you for being here and supporting me and sending me love and care and all these wonderful things, immaterial, and potentially material. But I just want us to like take a deep breath. Another one. And another one. While we can, because sometimes we can't. and consider, do I want that, or do I want what it symbolizes? It is amazing that we have a world that have turned concrete things into abstract ideas. And those abstract ideas symbolize so much for us. It like comforts all of our insecurities through material means. Material means that hide all of these really fucking scary bottomless black holes in our existence. But like the black hole is still there. You're just filling it with trash. And it's still bottomless because at its very core and nature, it will always stay bottomless. So your attempts at filling it are really useless. And that's fine. You can keep trying to fill it. I'm not going to stop you. I'm just saying I'm tired of filling it. Crunchy? I've never been called crunchy before, but maybe I am. Stop feeding the hole. Yeah, Karen, exactly. Let's stop feeding the hole. Have you seen Spirited Away? Do you remember No Face? We are all No Face, and we all live in No Face. We are consuming and consumed. We are, in effect, auto cannibals. We are eating ourselves. Ironically, eating ourselves at our own detriment. So maybe it's time to just think about why we're so hungry all the time. And think about why we're not comfortable with feeling empty inside. And I don't know, maybe when we think about it, we'll stop getting scared of it and stop scrambling around trying to fill the hole back up and just embrace it. As my therapist would say, make friends with it. I mean, I am kind of a lib, and I am definitely, especially considered globally, very fucking privileged. So I submit completely to the fact that I could be crunchy. Like, I do not think I'm exempt from that category of people. I can afford rent. I'm homed. I can afford food. I can afford to stay home when I have illness. Comparatively speaking, I am fucking privileged. So if you want to call me crunchy, by all means, call me crunchy. I'm not going to be hurt. Like, if that's the worst thing that happens to me because I have all of these basics and desires fulfilled, then so be it. I don't ever order delivery, no. But my coworker Zach just gave me $100 in Seamless, and I don't know what to do with it, y'all. I don't know what to do with the Seamless gift card. Yeah, can we define what crunchy means? I would love to hear people's definition of what crunchy means. Maybe it does have regional differences and connotations. Just like how gift giving has different connotations too for all of us, right? So that's a suggestion. Let's define our terms. I'm trying to make soy milk for the first time in my life. That's what I'm doing. I'm gonna turn this on. I like granola, guys. Does that make me crunchy? I love granola. But also it makes me fart so bad because dry oats. Ooh, the only thing worse about dry oats for my fart smells is onions. Those two are like killer. Okay. The sifter? It's a sifter. It's a $1 Daiso purchase from Tokyo, Japan. Yeah, I agree. I'm definitely on the crunch spectrum, okay? I feel like I'm a 4 out of 10. Would you agree? Higher or lower than 4 out of 10? I feel like anyone, real talk, I think anyone with a fucking Bernie t-shirt is at least a 2.5 out of 10 on the crunchy scale. Not just being a Bernie supporter, but someone who owns a Bernie t-shirt. Fact of the matter is, this t-shirt was actually a gift, but I did order a Bernie pin. I didn't really want a t-shirt, but my friend gave this to me because I think I think it was Nez who gave it to me, actually. I think she got 2 by accident. She got 1. Why are you over Bernie? What do you do now? Yeah, these soybeans have been soaking for like a week. No joke. I get it. I get why some people would be over Bernie, but in our current system, which we still exist in, unfortunately, I do feel like he's one of the better, if not the best, to support. And I have to applaud someone who has a history as consistent as his. Not like fucking Joe Biden. Jesus. How did we elect Joe Biden? How? 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 Tell me how. Do you know how much my heart broke when we fucking elected Joe Biden? Like, I'm wearing this t-shirt to remind myself the amount of hope I was capable of having. And then that all died with fucking DNC nominating fucking Joe Biden. I gotta be honest with you, I was equally on board with Marianne Williamson, not because, like, I thought she was our messiah, but because she represented fucking weird ass change, man. Instead of the same shit, man. Like, I would rather have a semi crazy, but all 10 out of 10 crunchy than fucking Joe Biden. And hot take, and I'm gonna lose like 25% of you right now. Elizabeth Warren is weak sauce. She's like the Sichuan sauce from McDonald's. Everybody raves about it, and then you taste it, and it's like, what is this corn syrup based shit? I love her. She's nice. She seems like a fine old lady. But she wasn't gonna do much for us. Do you know how exciting Marianne's presence made the debates? For the first time in my life, I was like, holy shit, things are getting said on the stage. Like, she is shocking people. She is making people think. She is making people, like, shut her down, like, proverbially stone her in public media spotlight, because she is saying some absolutely bonkers shit that we've never heard before. Not on that stage. We've never heard that shit on that stage. Marianne got all sorts of bad press for being like, I don't know, like woohoo and racists. But like, guess what? So's Joe fucking Biden. He's fucking racist as fuck too. 最近看你的 Budget E 真的很好看，很喜欢看你的影片，继续加油 ，Take care, thank you. Love seeing a Chinese comment here. Is Bernie racist too? All right, cool. All we gotta work with is racists. Great. I don't know, man. Somebody in chat said Bernie is racist too. I mean, sure. Can I say that I'm pretty racist too, but I'm trying to be more aware of my internalized racism and my socialized racism? Like, can we admit that we're all kind of racist? Because that's what society told us to believe in? And we still fight with each other based on identity politics? That is within us and without us. Racism is both individual and systemic. We cannot escape the system, therefore we are all racist. But we can try to recognize the ways in which we participate in the system and try to diminish our participation in the system as much as is feasible for us while still existing and surviving. Because at the end of the day, that's all we're trying to fucking do is survive, right? But we don't gotta kill each other to survive. We don't gotta destroy each other to survive. We don't gotta segregate each other to survive. In fact, the only way that we can guarantee utilitarian survival of the greatest amount of people is solidarity, where we do not fight against each other, but we work with each other. Like, we've heard this rhetoric, right? It's just really hard convincing the people who have unsurmountable amounts of power already to participate in this communal sharing. I can't run for president because I wasn't born in this country, and you know what? Thank fucking God, because I don't think we can fix this shit. But we can start by trying to fix ourselves a little bit. It's not going to change much, but it's going to start something. And at this point, I have to believe that something is better than nothing. Because if I submit to the fact that nothing is worth doing because it's not going to affect massive scale change, then I'm already fucking dead. What's the point? I will in fact be 35 by 2024. It's 2022 right now, and I'm 33. But I can't run for president because I was born in China, y'all. Yo, fuck me if Biden runs again and we end up fucking electing him. I don't even watch the news anymore because I can't stand being represented by a president who doesn't sound like he's coherent. I don't want to be governor of this shit state either. Sorry, guys. Somebody recently commented, can't you say anything good about the United States? Yeah, I can. But why would I when the US already runs on this prideful narrative of being the best? I'm here to deconstruct everything because deconstruction is what gives me the most joy, because destroying things is empowering when you can't really affect change and systemic improvement. Sorry that I'm not here to save anyone or make you feel good. Which is why I don't do these lives for anyone else but me. It's not intended to be a gift for other people for the most part. Sometimes it is. For the most part, it's a safe space for me to come and just do whatever. Oh my god, are we having people debate where Obama was born, guys? Don't make me put you in timeout. I think I'm burning my soy milk. LOL. The world is not round, it's a cube. Love it. Ram, I have my fucking phone. You know most people are mobile users now. Now who's a boomer? I'm currently trying to cook soy milk. Honestly, every day I'm feeling more and more like a boomer, considering that I don't know how to use technology anymore, which is fine. May you ask where Aaron is? Yes, he's in Woodside. This is a new apartment. He's not here right now. This is my apartment. I hope that's okay. I don't hate boomers. I think, again, the terms millennials, boomers, Gen Z started off as being cute labels that then became progressively hate-mongering and segregationist, and again ruins solidarity in the most cheeky way possible, which is still pretty fucking insidious. As soon as you, that's why, like, I'm technically a millennial. I was born in 1989. I'm a millennial. But I like to say I'm a boomer because that's what those words mean. Like, I was talking with a friend today about femininity as a word, right? And I was like, So he said, yeah, you do have fierce femininity. And I was like, that makes me uncomfortable. Like, that phrase doesn't sound right to me. And then I started dissecting and digesting why I didn't like that phrase, fierce femininity. And I was like, because by default, adding a modifier of fierce precludes the fact that femininity can be fierce already. It necessitates a modifier of fierce in order to connotate that femininity can be fierce. And I don't like that. And then I like walked myself back and I was like, but you know what? Femininity in our lexicon is already part of this binary dynamic that is contrasted against masculinity. By default, in having femininity versus masculinity, we are insinuating some sort of essentialism and some sort of exclusionary definition of what is connotated by femininity and what is connotated by masculinity. And I was like, maybe my issue isn't with the modifier of fierce femininity. Maybe my issue is with the binary exclusionist and essentialist definition of femininity versus masculinity. And in a lot of ways, like, the only way we can escape that is by kind of queering it, right? Queering it. Like genderqueer, where you say, fuck these definitions and fuck your labeling of me, and let me label myself using the definitions that you have given me to work with. It's kind of like Budget Eats, but language, culture, and linguistics, where I'm given a head of celery and you're like, you can't blend that shit. Like, you gotta eat celery raw with peanut butter and raisins to make ants on a log, or you gotta like mirepoix it with onions and carrots. Like, you can't put celery as noodles in something. And I'm like, no, you know what? I can repurpose this word. I can repurpose this ingredient. I can queer it. I can queer the ingredient. I think only by queering your boundaries can you liberate something. You can't just say this boundary does not exist, because as a society, we function under these systems of imprisonment we have created. And in order to break out of prison, you can't just say, well, this prison doesn't exist, because it does. Even if it doesn't exist for you, it exists for other people, so many other people. And so you can start a revolution by saying this word doesn't have to mean what you think it means. And that's how we move into postmodernism and structuralism and deconstructionism, where you break things and you make them meaningless. And only by rendering these reifications of meaning into meaninglessness can you break free of the prison. And not only do you have to do it, you have to get other people on board. Which is why when people shoot up queer clubs, they're fighting against the liberation. Like, they're like, you can't be queer. We just gotta keep saying, yeah, you can be queer. It's not just about gender, it's not just about sexual orientation, it's about every single aspect of these labels and boxes and structures we've created for ourselves. Like, if you still think Democratic Party versus Republican Party is that big of a divide, sure, there is some distinction. But as a matter of fact, is there? Some people are more queer than others. Some people are bolder than others. Some people have less to lose because they have already been forced to lose within our current systems. And they are more willing to let go of what little they have left in order to try to break free. Sometimes you really do have to lose it all before you can gain it all. Sometimes what you have to gain isn't at all what you think you have to gain. I'm hungry. I'm really hungry, guys. I hope I can taste shit. Oh. Oh my god, I love the term queerdo. Can I call myself a queerdo now? 红豆枣泥松子香芋酥绿豆小月饼 Okay, let's go with a red bean. Fred is back at Woodside. I'm sorry. I needed to sleep. Aaron returned from Taiwan. He took Fred back. Thank God, because I've been dying without sleep with Fred. Pandan and soy milk sounds amazing. Okay. I'm talking to the pasties. truly mean it when I say cooking gives me life. Like, cooking does give me life. Queer dough. I love queer dough. They are from Taiwan. I did have a mild fever yesterday around 99.6 degrees Fahrenheit, 37.6 degrees Celsius, I think. Today in the morning, it receded back down to 36.6, which was like 97.6 Fahrenheit. Oh, I thought pasties was just a cute way to say pastries. Either that or a typo. Also, isn't what you use to cover your boobs and nipples called pasties? Spelled the same way? I am not taking paracetamol. I don't really know what that is, and I don't have it on hand. Is that the generic name for it? Is there a brand name for it? The significance behind my IG being called Thank 9 Stars is that's my Chinese name literally translated, and I'm actually thinking about renaming this channel to Thank 9 Stars at the end of the year. Oh, Tylenol. Yeah, I don't have Tylenol. Guys, it's starting to smell like soy milk. 9 stars in Chinese is pronounced 九星. So in Chinese names, the first name, aka the family name, goes first in the order. So my last name goes first, and my last name is 谢, which means thank you. Which if you've ever said thank you to a Chinese person, you would say 谢谢. And so my full Chinese name, in the order it's supposed to be pronounced, is 谢九星. 谢九星. Thank 9 stars. Any further questions about my Chinese name? Why do I go by June? Because nobody could pronounce Jiuxing, and my dad decided to name me June because he has a Chinese name that has a character that is June, which sounds really close and is spelled really closely to June, but then he discovered that June is a woman's name in English, so he was like, I'm going to name my daughter June, even though she definitely wasn't born in the month of June like I was, and her name definitely doesn't really even have a character in it that sounds like June. So that's how. Thanks, Dad. And I'm really sorry that we've gone an hour and a half into this live and I still haven't tasted shit. What clickbait? Horrifying. I'm definitely going to make something with this paste, for sure. I think I can sweeten it and bake it into something. Maybe we can make some soy muffins, you know? Possible. Let me taste it. It really doesn't smell like much. Really doesn't taste like much. How do I know when the soy milk is done? You're basically trying to bring it up to a simmer so that you're cooking the soybeans, because the soybeans were raw. Can you show us your fire? It looks like it's not on. It's on, baby. You don't trust me? That breaks my heart. What do you mean, what are the 9 stars? Well, back when Pluto was a planet, we had 9 planets in our solar system. And in Chinese, the word for planet is 星球, which literally translates to star ball. So, in a way, I was born in September, the 9th month, in 1989, and it was meant to represent hope in a politically dark time. 1989, Tiananmen Square massacre. My dad was very politically active. And it was meant to represent, I guess, in a lot of ways, the universe. Were there only 8 planets? I thought we had 9. My entire life has been a delusion. Never mind. I don't know shit, guys. But 9 is also considered a big number in Chinese culture. It's like the single biggest digit. Whatever. You know. I'm not really in touch with my Chinese culture. I'm trying to be back in touch with it, especially after Mom died. But, you know, I can only do what I can do. All right, now we can eat, I think. What we can also do is put my chai back on the heat so I can have some chai. That's warm and lovely. Warm and lovely chai is what I mean. Let's oh god. Let's eat. Oh, headache is back. Headache is back. My reflexes are still like 80%. I almost dropped a hanger today and I managed to catch it. The red bean paste is already peeking out. So this is a 酥皮红豆蛋黄酥. So 酥皮 means flaky skin. The pastry is laminated. 红豆 means red bean. 蛋黄 means egg yolk or egg yellow, because yolk is yellow, and su just means a sort of pastry. It's the same character as here, except this is an adjective and this is a noun. Same word, same character. Just means a flaky pastry. Cool? And that looks like good red bean paste. Let me show you how flake this flake is. It's so flake. It's so flake. Have you ever smoked pot? Girl, before COVID, every night. It is like every Chinese person's first compliment for a dessert is not too sweet. I'm not high right now, just feverish probably. Okay. Despite me not being able to taste much, I'm enjoying that very much. The textures are quite nice. The pastry is light, layered, flaky, as suggested by the name. It's a little bit pasty and floury because it's kind of dry. What really cinches the deal for me is how oily and, because of the fat content, sticky the red bean paste is. You can mash it against your tongue and upper palate and it turns into a smooth paste. I would liken it to the texture between a loose peanut butter and a baked pumpkin pie filling. Let's take another bite. Who knows? Maybe tomorrow my taste will be 100% gone. And then what? I'm so glad we chose to eat all those pastries last night because, man, I can't taste shit today. Yeah, I think I was introduced to weed as an acceptable recreational thing about 2 years before COVID started. And that was my first time using it. My mom always thought it was the gateway drug, you know, those anti-drug campaigns in the 90s, really, and Chinese culture in general. But I don't know if she ever knew. I did smoke once on a live, off camera a little bit. And I never figured out if she knew. I never figured out if she understood what was happening there. That will be an eternal mystery if Mom ever knew I smoked weed. I can taste a lick of salt on the egg yolk. I can taste the slightly sandy features of the textures breaking down across my tongue. I can taste, most of all, the sugar content, maybe at a 60% level that I should be tasting in the red bean paste. And I can taste the after waft of the oil slash butter after I swallow across my tongue and inside of my mouth. It's quite pleasant. I just know that if I had my full-on smell and taste, I would probably be experiencing all these flavors triply as strong. So you see how a skin has formed on top? I would say that's a good sign that the milk has cooked. And our chai is probably warm. So I'm going to turn both of these off. And I'm going to see if I can skim some of the skin off, because the skin is the most delicious part. I also like milk skin. I had a huge debate with some white fellows during my year of teaching in China about how much I like milk skin, and they were like, disgusting. You like milk skin? What the fuck is that? And I was like, it's the best part of milk when you steam it and boil it. And they were like so weirded out by it. But basically, if you keep collecting the cream of the crop, this is yuba, known in the Japanese terms in the American culture as yuba, or bean curd. I can taste a little bit of soybean. Just a little. The base of my neck connecting to my shoulders is starting to ache. So maybe we make some muffins with this tofu strain thing. I think there's a name for this. It's just not coming to me right now. Lots of things are not coming to me right now. If you know the name for the tofu strain thing, let me know. The pulp. Soy pulp. Okara. Thank you. I wonder why all these terms are Japanese. In the American culture, we only know these tofu products and byproducts by their Japanese terms. Best cheap dinner in Brooklyn. I would either go to a pizza shop, if you're okay with casual slices, like Linda Street, L&B Spumoni for slices. Or I would go to Bay Ridge, which is a trip. It's in like the last couple of stops on the R train. Places like Haram. I don't know how late they're open though. But a lot of really good, delicious Middle Eastern food there. Here's my chai. I just put some of Mom's Manuka honey in there. Yeah, there's a lot of good falafel places in Astoria. It's not like terribly near me. My herb garden, I killed it all. They were kind of half dead. Check out this dragon silver spoon that you can't see because my resolution is shit that I've had since I was a wee little babe. Embossed dragon. I do believe it is silver, yes. Oh, God. Things are starting to hurt. I've been eating so much chocolate all day, and I feel like I should stop. It's probably not good for me. Let's just have some oranges. I think I've been craving chocolate because it's like literally one of the few things I can still taste is sugar. Yeah, I've been taking Advil. I think the fever has kind of been low grade and climbing up and down and up and down. I've been trying not to exceed 1 ibuprofen a day just because it's low grade. But maybe I'll pop another one before I go to bed tonight. What else should we rant about before I die tonight? If we knew that this would be my last live, yes, happy Thanksgiving tomorrow. Or as we now know it, happy Thanks-taking. If we knew this would be my last live, what would you want to see from me? What would you want to hear from me? Hi, New Zealand. I guess this is gonna be my final meal. Favorite meal of all time. The first thought that jumped into my brain was a yakitan in Tokyo. It was featured on Simon and Martina's channel. They usually don't allow photos or videos, but they allowed Simon and Martina to go in and film. And Aaron and I saw it, and we put it on our list to go. And it's one of the few places where we intentionally waited in line to get in. And it was truly one of the best meals and one of the best meal experiences we had in our life. Top 10 mental health practices, and what would you want to hear from mom? I'll give you top 3. One is trying to distinguish what your thoughts are apart from what other people tell you to think. 2 is learning to trust your gut and to support yourself in respecting your own wishes and boundaries, whatever form that may take. And 3 is memento mori. Keep in mind that we are all going to die, and frame everything that's happening in life accordingly. What would I wish to hear from mom? My first instinct was hearing her say I miss you, but that made me really sad, and it feels kind of empty and movie-like and unreal. So I'm going to go with my second impulse, which is her asking me what I want to eat. Because she always used to cook for me every weekend. It'd be really nice. Yeah, Aaron was my longest romantic relationship. Thank you for asking that. It centered me in a lot of ways. I'm not really sleeping better because I'm sick, but yeah, I feel more at peace without Fred around for sure. Describe my ideal relationship partner. Oh man, I'm still trying to figure that shit out. That's gonna be a whole separate live. Save it. Save it. Grandma's okay. I Skyped her, or we WhatsApp video chatted today with the help of Paula from recreational activities from the facility. And the call only lasted like 3 or 4 minutes, but Grandma was very happy to see me. And to know that I'm not dead. Hello, good evening. You'll have to urge Aaron to go live, because Fred is with Aaron now. Ooh, what's my favorite fried food? Chips, probably super crunchy. How are we gonna store this shit, man? I made it. Now I guess we gotta taste it. I should probably also sweeten it while it's hot. Let's give it a taste, shall we? First, we're gonna taste it plain, and then we'll put some honey in it. I can smell some of the creamy, earthy beaniness of the soy here. It's nice. Soybean smells different than other beans. It smells like the freshest, unscented, laundered, and perfectly dried towels to me. Not like musty or anything or farty. It just smells fresh, soothing, and warm. Creamy and toasty. Why is Julia ending Julia Tries Everything? Because she don't want to do it anymore. Do you want to do that show for years on end? Favorite fruit is hard. I think if you want to know what I would have said to my mom if she were alive, it's all probably been said for the most part in the Grief Diaries. Bye, Leishan. Have a good night. It's a little... I definitely need a better quality strainer. But... Mom didn't really love hot pot, but she made it for me and Aaron when we visited for the holidays. It's very grainy. I'm gonna sweeten it with some of this muscovado sugar. I have cheesecloth, I just don't want to deal with it right now, you know? I'll sweeten it a little bit. I was probably like 3 tablespoons. And then if we need more, I'll sweeten it with honey. Are your labels made with... No, they're washi tape. My labels are washi tape. I've had some Fuyu persimmons that were awful when they were hard too. I have a hard time gauging persimmons. I would say if the persimmon looks like it's starting to turn translucent, that's your cue to eat it. I don't think I've ever tried pink pineapple. I've seen it. needs more sugar. We're gonna start winding down here. In case you can't tell, I'm suddenly pooped. Like very pooped. Extremely pooped. Because I know this pot is terrible at pouring, I will try to pour this into a bowl first. That will give me a little bit more of a lip. Unfortunately, I think most of my bowls are in the fryer, or rather in the dishwasher. But here's one. Don't judge me, but I might not be able to shower tonight. It suddenly onset very quickly. This fatigue. Oh my god, guys. Losing it. Let's see if we can continue to avoid disaster. Ooh, just dumped out a lot of my soy milk. Oh my god, did I lose the lid to that jar? No. That would be the worst. Never mind, found it. Are you secure? I hope so. We didn't taste very many things tonight at all. Did we? The best laid plans of mice and men. I should also fridge this frying oil since I won't be cooking the youtiao for lava for a long time. Don't want this oil to spoil. Oh God. Yo. This is rough. I haven't felt this way since like filming Budget Eats for 16 hours straight. Two days. 2 days of filming Budget Eats for 16 hours straight. I haven't felt this way since then. And keep in mind, I didn't go outdoors today. I didn't do shit. I just sat in bed and Instagrammed and tried to read. The most exercise I did was clean out Fred's litter box and put it away in the closet. That's rough. Right now, you may be tempted to say, June, you look like you're having a rough go of it. Maybe stop cleaning the stove? But you know what? Unfortunately, there's a very irrational part of me that's like, you must clean this to feel better about yourself and the shitty state you're in. So mentally, it is worth the trade-off of me further physically exhausting myself for just a minute or two more in order to not have this weigh on my conscience. Because mental health is still part of overall health. And sometimes we don't have all the best coping mechanisms in place, so we just gotta do what we can. Cost-benefit analysis, folks. You do what works for you. And what that means can fluctuate. All right. Imagine this was like one of those plot twist shows where it's revealed that there's no one watching the show at all. And I don't even have a phone. And I'm literally just talking to nothing and no one at all. And I have been doing this for almost 2 years. Wow. I would be insane. And it would be the longest running depiction of insanity. Besides Donald Trump being elected to the President of the United States, obviously. And continuing to inspire people all over. Yeah, duh, we're in a Black Mirror episode. Girl, where you been? It's been nothing but Black Mirror for like a long time now. I don't even want to know what the Katy Perry eyeball malfunction is, honestly. Sounds kind of horrendous. Oh God. It's hard. It's getting hard. Dude, you can't put Le Creuset in a dishwasher. You cray-cray! I'm also not putting anything wood or sterling silver in the dishwasher. Or knives. Yes to butter knives, no to anything sharp. I think it's a hazard, and it will also dull your knife. And depending on what kind of knife material you have, like carbon steel is a no-no. No, no, no. Nothing that can rust, okay? Wood will warp when it sits in water. Carbon steel, cast iron will rust. Knives will get dull and potentially damage other shit if it gets jostled around and loose. Sterling silver, because those are precious to me and I just don't want to chance it. Anything with sentimental value, I'd rather hand wash to exert maximum amount of control over preservation. Aluminum and copper will also react. You will develop a very strange frosted patina on them. I don't think they really affect much in terms of utility, but they do look weird. why I don't like a dishwasher. There's too many things that you should not be putting in there. Thank you, mods. Oh, God. All right, I'm gonna drag my dirty ass to bed after brushing my teeth because I am prone to cavities. But if I stink, that will not lead to long-term damage. So I am going to skip the shower. Maybe I'll do it tomorrow morning. I won't die. We should label this though. Washi tape. I like how this COVID experience just keeps evolving. You think it can only get better, but no. Like life, it can get worse at any point in time. I know I'm not supposed to be putting hot stuff in the fridge, but I don't want it to spoil overnight, and I don't trust myself to remember. So it goes. All right, y'all. Fire's off. All of our gases is off. Thank you for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed this shit show. May I live to see another day tomorrow.